finally get it. I finally get the hype. I finally get the international stardom. I finally get the back-to-back visas and passports that I failed. I officially get it. After that set, ladies and gentlemen, you already know I've got Lemon and Herb in the house. Make some noise!
Thank you.
Yeah, no, my crowd is growing. My crowd is growing. You guys good?
Yeah, we're good.
No, right. Guys, thank you so much for coming through, honoring the invite. First of all, I really appreciate it. I'm sure everyone that's watching this that has subscribed to the channel is appreciating it. Yeah, let's get it started. You know, I must always get the formalities out the way. Obviously, I'm chilling with Udon and Skumbuzo from Lemon and Herb, but individually, maybe you can just give yourselves a young introduction and just a short story about where your musical journey started.
All right. My name is Don, as you said, Don
Yep.
Stole, also known as Don Jove. I am from Mafagatin in KZN.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, that's where my journey started, my musical journey in Mafagatin and church, in my father's church, and growing, understanding music, hearing music, loving music, growing spiritually. And then from there, it just boomed to where I am. Well, not boomed, but it was a journey.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, and met up with this guy. And yeah, from there, it has been a beautiful trip. I cannot change anything about it.
Nice. I'm hoping Skumbuzo's story is also going to have a little bit of church in it, but I want to
Yeah, I mean, I think we all kind of have a church experience somehow.
True.
It's something I think we all share in common in South Africa. I also come from a small town, Howick. It's very close to where Don lives. Mpopomeni, Howick is just like a whole community. So that's where I'm from, and that's where I met this guy pre-primary.
Pre-primary.
I mean primary school.
Nah, dude.
Sorry, yeah. Primary. No. Primary, high school. Up until now, you know, we've just been friends ever since, and the common ground has always been the music. Yeah.
Okay. I understand the common ground is the music, but before we get into things, you guys have lasted so long. I mean, you are in the Afro space now, but I think I know you before you were doing the Afro house sound. I think it was like the deep house type of a vibe, right? What made you guys last for so long? Is it because you put your friendship before anything else, or what is it?
Yeah, true. Friendship, obviously, first. I mean, I don't have many friends, and I think this guy as well, same issue.
Well,
it is a problem. It is. Yeah. When he is not around, I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? So our friendship is the most important thing. We are able to counsel each other, share experiences, and all that. But I think as much as, yes, we had a deep house period, the initial start of Lemon and Herb, if I remember correctly, was Afro. I mean,
Really?
the first song that we did that got released was a remix of Bodhisattva featuring Freddie Masamba, something like that. And we sent it as a, cover demo, just for him to hear. And he said he will release it, and it was an Afro song. So a number of songs back then, and then we moved on into deep house, and then we're back to AfroTech.
Serious?
But it's one of the things we were discussing earlier this week, that our journey has been changing, revolving around how music changes in the house industry. So as the music evolves, which it always does, we've learned how to hear, listen, and adapt. So I think that's worked for us in the sense.
All right, dope. So, you said before Afro, before Deep, you guys already had a thing with Afro.
Yeah.
I want to know, what year was this when you guys became Lemon and Herb?
I think it was, it was like between either 2009, 10. Can't remember when the song was released, but around there, 2008 to 10, we were playing around with a lot of variety.
Yeah.
Not even just Afro. We did Afro music, but
we're just like fascinated with like producing. Yeah.
That is insane, because a lot of people, especially in this country, just discovered Afro like literally maybe like 5-6 years ago, 7 years ago.
Well, I mean, I think back then it wasn't called AfroTech. I think it was just called soulful
house.
music. Yeah, soulful house.
But there was variety.
Like the people who inspired us were doing that music, like Louis Vega, Ocean Lade. Those were the people. Those were the first kind of people who made the music that we like. Okay, this is what we want to make as well.
All right. So that's well over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Where you guys are today, and when you guys formulated AfroTech, the goal then, when you guys started, and where you guys are now, how does it compare?
You mean in terms of just like...
In terms of where you guys are, what you guys have accomplished. When you formulated, I'm not sure if you can actually go back there in your mind.
For us, it's a bit weird thing, because it's kind of it's always been a horse before carriage kind of thing, because it's kind of like the dream came first before realizing how you actually going to get there.
Yeah.
So we always saw ourselves like, oh, we're gonna win the Grammys.
Yeah.
But how are you going to win the Grammys? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you going to be a rapper? Are you going to be, what are you going to, how are you going to? So, but we saw that first. And I think in the beginning it was just a love of just music in general. We didn't have a genre, so to speak. I mean, we sang in high school, in talent shows. We did hip hop.
Do you remember any of the songs? Sorry for interrupting you. Any of the verses, perhaps?
I remember
the song, but
please,
I don't
just
remember the voice I was singing.
Please, the line.
Nah. Let's not embarrass ourselves. But that's where we started. So it was just literally a fun thing. We never ever thought of like we're going to do music as a career.
Dope.
So we had, other intentions, which is like how to to survive and just live off. But the music has always been there. The vision hasn't really changed. So we still see the Grammys. We've always seen ourselves somehow involved in fashion. We just don't know yet how that is going to manifest, but it's definitely
both of you together.
Definitely. Like we used to, open Fruity Loops back in the day, and we had fashion TV, I think, as just like playing in the background. That's how we produced music most of the time.
Like, look at it in this sense. I mean, fashion TV. I don't know if it's still there.
I don't even know.
Actually, I haven't heard of it in a while.
But that was
remember
like
the view. It was the fashion.
Yeah.
And then it was the music. The music was
the attraction. Yeah.
Because it was music we haven't heard in any of the compilations. There was no beat or track
so
source,
the music, the catwalk music would be the one that was like. But once you're listening to that music, you're like, okay,
this is dope.
Yeah. So, we've always like said, okay, we imagine ourselves playing there, as one of those DJs playing that music to these big fashion houses. Maybe it's something that's still going to manifest. But so the vision hasn't changed. It's still just growing in the music, with the accolades, as much as, I don't want to say that they mean anything in a sense that makes me who I am or what we do or to validate what we do. But it is nice to get, certain validations. My producer heroes have gotten these accolades like Grammys. I'm a big Kanye West fan. I'm a big Pharrell fan. I'm a big Tyler the Creator fan. So all these people, you know, have that's kind of like the rite of passage. So those are the things that I think we aspire to see ourselves in. Yeah.
That's massive, man.
Yeah.
Yo, okay. I usually before I even start the interview, I get into a little bit of a game, but like, yeah, we went in and I was loving it.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna just do a small little game just to get to know you guys and loosen us up a bit, right? Yeah. It's called Raise the Pillow. So that pillow that's in between you guys, yeah. I'm just gonna ask a question.
It's just one pillow.
If you, no, this is one pillow.
Okay.
No, it has to be. It has to be. Yeah. So it's called Raise the Pillow, and it's basically you raise the pillow if you are the one that relates more to this in the group.
Okay.
And it also tests how well you guys know each other. It means well over 20 years. So.
Let's see.
All right. So I'm gonna start it light. Raise the pillow if you are the better cook. Don, 1 point. Do you eat his cooking at least?
No, I do cook.
Yeah. Oh, you cook?
Yeah, I do.
No,
cook, yeah.
Okay, but he's just
I'm just taking.
He thinks he's better.
No doubt, I am.
All right. Raise the pillow if you are the one that is financially stingier. Oh, that's why you're cooking. He's out there taking takeaways at restaurants the whole time.
Exactly.
All right. Raise the pillow if you are the one that has the better musical ear.
I'll take this one.
Okay. I didn't see that coming. I was expecting a little bit of a shuffle, but hey, man, it is what it is.
Yeah.
This is what 20 years look like. Don with the ring showing us how it's done.
Let me put it up there before I slip around.
All right, sweet. Raise the pillow if you are the one that never wants to leave the party. What? Really?
Yeah. Nah, bro. Music is a vibe, man.
What about your wife?
So my boy,
So what's usually the conversation? Let's say, open scenario. He wants to leave and you don't want to. What is the general conversation?
It's just a question.
It's usually
It's all right. You know, something looks like.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. Usually it goes like that. It's all right, and he's like, yeah, no, yeah, boy, you know, I'm just maybe in an hour. So from Bonnie said, yes, ban, you know. Yeah.
Okay, so and he's usually calm. You just like, all right, sure.
Yeah, he's usually like, I'll Uber or whatever, or you know, whatever.
Raise the pillow if you are the one that likes to use the effect button the most.
Should I?
No, man, I love. This is like one of the first times there are no fights.
Yeah, it's unanimous decisions.
There's always fights.
It's unanimous decisions.
The fellow's been through a lot, bro. Yeah. All right.
It's still together.
Massive, man. All right. Lemon and Herb. I'm going to take it back to when I first discovered Lemon and Herb. Not discovered, but like fell in love with the duo, you know. It was at Bud, one of the Bud X Mixed Mag events in Braamfontein, and you guys dropped Itram by Vanco, I think, yeah. And there was also, what was the song? There were so many tracks that you guys dropped there, but that's when I was like, okay, these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know? There were a lot of other names at the event. I'm not gonna name them, but it was a powerful lineup.
Yeah.
And you guys, stole the show. Strong.
Thank you.
What goes into you guys preparing a set? I'm always interested in knowing the synergy. Like, is it like you bring your own songs, he brings his own songs, and you guys play, or is there like an actual strategy that you guys implement to your sets?
I think it's been a lot of changes in how we grew up with putting together our sets. When we started learning even how to DJ, we pre-prepared our sets. We were like, okay, these are the songs, bro. We stick around here, we good. And then as we grew and got confidence behind the decks and got confidence to stand in front of people, perform, then we saw, okay, we can now, I don't need to know what he wants to play. He doesn't need to know what I want to play. But because we've played for so long and we've listened to the same music for so long, we almost know, okay, Usko is moving towards this direction of this song. Then let me follow him. Or Don is moving to this direction. And then we move towards, but the end goal is to have a nice takeoff, flight, land. That's the aim of the set. And we've just grown into that space of sets. But our music is, he has what I have what he has, he shares what he's found, so that we are aware, we're not surprised when he drops a big track and I'm like, okay, and then what, but at least if I'm aware of it, and at least, okay, I did think of a song, I thought maybe this could work after that song, at least you're prepared.
All right. Same with you, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely. I think he's stole all the words. I concur with everything he said. Yeah.
All right, soft. Pushing it a bit further, you guys then dropped Serengeti. Yo, wait a moment. What? Personal favorite. Personal favorite. The day you guys top Serengeti, for me, you guys have brilliant songs.
Yeah.
But Serengeti, what? Wow. That's my personal favorite. I'm gonna start with you, School. What's your favorite song that you guys have dropped personally?
It's a very difficult one.
It must be. What a catalog, yeah.
It's a very difficult one because each of them carry memories, and most of how I choose favorite songs, they're usually attached to a certain memory. So
it's
each
more like
of
a fondest memory.
Yeah. Okay. So even just songs that we don't produce, even other songs that I like, they take me to a certain, okay, was a time when I was listening to the song, I was here in this city or with these people or, whatever. Yeah. So when it comes to my personal music, all of them have a certain particular timestamp on them. So with Zulumke, for example, I think that was for me the first track that kind of like represented us in the way that we wanted, because I think as a producer, that's like the most difficult way or the difficult thing to be seen as you want to be seen, because that's what you're trying to create when you make a song, trying to say, this is who I am. And sometimes the picture, doesn't turn out. It's like drawing yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes the eye is like, I shouldn't get cheated, or, maybe my head is a bit bigger and this maybe should, so that song was the first one. I was like, okay, this looks like us. Yeah. So, and also the way it penetrated, the market was because it was truly authentic to it. Nice. It wasn't a song that we okay, we want to make a song for the club, or you want to make a song to listen in the house, or you want to copy that song. It just birthed itself naturally. So that's a very special song to me. Serengeti is also a very special song because it comes in an EP where we felt also the confidence was high.
Yes, it was the Edge EP, right?
The Edge EP. Yeah. The confidence was high. We'd traveled the world a bit. We've DJ'd in a lot of places. Most of the favorite DJs and your heroes in the space had co-signed you. So so we allowed ourselves to just okay, we're gonna make, since we could, then let's just make music then. Gotcha. And that was the birth. It was a more relaxed kind of approach. Yeah. There wasn't any pressure. Nice. As opposed to the previous one where you're trying to make a name for yourself and you're trying to please play my music, dropping, there we were okay, now the eyes and ears are on us.
And people took
and
it in
accept
that
us
way.
for who we are. And then was like, okay, hence Serengeti could be born. It was a very easy song for us to make.
The energy was good.
The energy was good in the studio. It was just like, these chords feel nice. This vocal feels nice. The sampling feels nice. Okay, cool. Let's keep it at this. Is it good for you? It's good for me. Okay, cool. Whatever. Nice. It is a song. Nice. Here we go. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And for you, Don?
I would say Zolomke is there in the number one, but for me, it's in a different reason. In terms of, for me, it was the work put in. For me, it was the first time we had gone through so much part of creating a song, not just the creativity, but now the engineering of the song, the technicalities of making it sound the way it sounded. And it was, for me, it was amazing that we actually put that together. It sounds like that. So that, for me, it sits there. And then in that space of, through, as Ku is saying, songs come with the memory. It would have to be the song we did with Army, Njenge. Because now that one comes with the memory of us entering, I think it was for the first time in Ibiza. It was that within that period. And we only dreamt of being there. And now we go there and we can see Black Coffee playing our song, seeing the crowd going crazy, the mood, the energy in the space. It was just an experience I can never forget. Every time I hear that song,
it brings you back
just,
there.
That's
wild, man. You guys just talking. You remind me of a quote I read and didn't understand until now. It just clicked. It was like, art does something, and then music is able to capture time.
Oh I read that.
Yeah, you saw the same thing, right?
Same thing.
Do you remember what it said? What the full quote was? It just clicked now when you say that the music it's not really about it's not really about anything. It's just in that moment, where did it take you, and what did it capture? It was like a photograph of sorts.
And then the statement that music is timeless comes into play because
it was like something like art. We use art to decorate space.
Yes.
But we use music to decorate time.
Yes. Wow. That's the one. That's the one.
And I was like, I also
love it when the algorithm works for me. That's dope, man. Speaking about capturing time, you guys then came back and dropped Aura, the album. Yo, I don't know what that did for you guys, but for me, in my space, it was, and a lot of people that I was speaking to, it was a time, once you guys dropped that album, right? I started understanding why people start dropping songs individually. That album was too much to take in. It took me, you can't listen, it's so sad because you drop an album, right? And then people expect to review it in the same day or have an opinion in the same day. Bro, it took me a good maybe 2 months to really get around that album. Right? What was the idea and purpose behind dropping Aura? And was this it was so beautiful because I remember now capturing time or decorating time. It was during COVID and was one of the most beautiful things that happened for a lot of us during that period. What was the goal when you guys dropped Aura? And do you feel like it fulfilled its purpose?
No. Aura.
Tough one.
Good Aura is a special project that I cannot describe. It came when we were, building up some production, some songs, and I think after 4 or 5 or 6 songs that we had produced, not complete songs, just playing in studio, we were like, you know what, we actually can do an album out of these. And we were like, okay, let's see, maybe not, maybe an LP or something like, but let's try. And then we produced, we worked through with the various vocalists and various artists, and once we had most of the songs, and we worked through the songs, and they just meshed together, and it worked out. I don't know how, because it was various separate songs, but they worked together. And I guess through the COVID, the time that we had, the loneliness of, the whole experience of COVID was painful. The only place you could concentrate your energy, express your feelings and emotions was through music for us. So that's how Aura was born. And, as you say, we also have the same feeling, I think, that it took us time to really get bored quickly with our music.
Really?
Well, not bored as in we don't like our music, but, we move on. We do a project we've done. Or it took time to, say, okay, no, saying album. After the release, the whole year, we listened to it because we exerted everything from our soul that into that project to such an extent that we had problems producing for years.
After that, I can imagine, because after that it took some time to really drop a Lemon and Herb project. If I'm correct,
you'd be correct. Yeah,
right.
It was tough.
Yeah, man. I think originally the first listen, I think it was track number 2. It was the Julia track, "Forget You."
Yes.
Yeah, that was like, as I started, I was like, that's for me, right? And then it took me some time to, like I said, to listen to the whole thing. It's a body of work. You can't listen to it once. You have to go over it. I don't know, man. I can't even tell you how many times I went over it. But I settled on the FKA feature, Angifuni Ngawe.
Yes.
Personal favorite, man. Right now, it's the one that stood... wait. I'm going to take that back. Lost at the time. It's cool. On your end, when it comes to the album, what was your favorite track? Tough one, but,
Okay.
What captured time the most, the best?
I think it would be Julia Church.
No?
Yeah, definitely it's Julia Church and Yimi Temba. My personal favorite from the album is Julia Church, but the track that works the most in clubs is definitely Yimi Temba. So those I have the two fondest memories. Julia Church is, for me personally, in production style, is an accomplishment. And it's odd. It has the right balance of ingredients in it. It's got a nostalgic feel in it, which I always love in my music. I always love to have something that I can tie a thread to what I used to listen to as a youngster, which is your Ed Jazzes, your Ocean Lades, your Louis Vegas, your Sure I Can. Everyone that I used to, there needs to be some element in that. I don't know how when we make music, but we kind of always find something that ties into that era of music, and I feel like that song has a little bit of that. It has a little bit of Afro futuristicness in it. It's got those Afro kid chants in it. It's got, and it's got a very musical, expressive feel. The strings, the horns, it's just for me like a marvel. It's one of those like, okay, put in a shelf and marvel at, because it's something that I'm proud as a producer to have worked on, and then Yimi Temba, of course, because of the memories that it has deep in the city. Whenever we play that song, it's like it turns into a choir, literally, so definitely Yimi Temba and Julia Church.
All right. Nice, man. So then I'm going to fast track it to today with your latest drop, Nkanyezi, featuring Sulufelo. Am I correct? Or was Sulufelo featuring Nkanyezi? Because they're both names.
Featuring Sulufelo.
Featuring Sulufelo. Great, man. I'm just going to be wild, right? Please forgive me. I feel like Lemon and Herb has accomplished so much. They've traveled the world. They've touched every country I can think of. They create this song that's going to resonate with home and sort of not just build, but like expand their territory here at home. Did I get it right?
Is this with Nkanyezi? Yeah, definitely. I think it was also just a matter of just like reintroducing everyone to our music, just to appetize the palate, so to speak. Because we're planning to roll out a couple of tracks this year, so it is almost like a starter, a teaser, so to speak.
Also, there's more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There's more music coming, but it's going to probably come in single formats, most likely, and maybe some EPs here and there, remix. This is here and there. So definitely this year we're aiming to push out a lot of music, and Nkanyezi was one of those, just to warm people up to what's going to come. Yeah.
All right, fresh, man. That's dope. All right, I like to just lighten the mood a bit and then come back to the music. Just lightening it one more time. I'm going to ask you guys the most random questions, but this is just so that us get to know you a little more. Because it's, the closest a lot of people can get to conversation with you guys. So I'm going to start with the question here with Don, then we're going to just keep going up and down, right? Completely random.
Yeah.
All right. One, please complete the sentence. The most iconic DJ set I've ever witnessed was played by? Temba. Nice. Where was this?
Deep in the city. I think one of the recent ones.
Really?
Yeah. I've heard the guy play, but that set, it taught me a lot about DJing, and, it was too simple. It was so perfect. Yeah.
Oh, I've got you. School. One house song I could make love to.
I like it. He always gets these ones.
And this is so random. Like, I didn't even plan this.
Damn, man. I don't know. Like, this is such a hard question. 120 ppm is not a lovemaking.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, it's nothing comes to mind at this point.
Serious.
Nothing comes to mind. If from the top of my head, maybe Summer Breeze. Dingaka, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
I've got you. Nice, mellow, chilled, happy vibe.
Yeah, happy vibe. Yeah.
Good. Don, one of the best remixes I've ever heard was by?
Tough questions.
Let me think. Ish.
No, wait. I'm supposed to ask you the next one. Sorry. It's cool. One of the best remixes is by?
Damn, this is crazy.
What's one remix maybe you're listening to right now?
A remix. It has to be a remix.
It has to be a remix.
So many.
Like what?
It's one off, guys. It's one off. It's not like the best.
The best.
Yeah, it's like one. Oh, give me a
That's
great
something
remix.
I'm listening to right now. That is a remix that's dope.
I have one.
What is it?
That one we just recently played. Yeah. The Coffee.
Oh yes, but you do in the title. I remember it's Zoe. Is it Zoe? The lyric.
Yeah, Horizons. Red Horizon is the
Horizon. Yeah, Red Horizons Black Coffee remix.
Nice.
Yeah, if you type that on the internet, you should pop up with It's
Make sure
nice.
you check that out. Yeah. All right, fresh. Don, a DJ my wife is obsessed with.
Okay, I know she was obsessed. I don't know. Oh, she better not be. But she was upset.
She better not be.
Zakes Bantwini.
Oh, dope.
Okay.
Is this new Zakes Bantwini or old Zakes Bantwini?
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Okay. Oh, that's why
I'm saying.
it better be. All right, it's cool. One DJ I'd smoke a joint with.
Would want to, or like.
No, you'd want to smoke a joint with just for the conversation and the experience.
Let's say Solomon.
Ooh, that would be dope.
Yeah, probably would be dope.
I wish we were there to podcast it all, man. What? All right, Don. Most embarrassing moment at an event.
I think for me, it's always about, because I'm very technical, it's always about the set at an event. So, yeah, I think it's always when, oh, here's one. So the deck that I was playing on was, the cue button didn't work.
Hey.
So when I play the song, when I select the song, it automatically plays.
Oof.
I have to track back to restart.
Hey.
So I play the song, fine, get it sorted, no problem. School plays the next song. And you know this thing of, we try to do quick things quickly. So get the song in, select the song, loop it, you're done. You know, you sorted, concentrate on other things. And I do that. And only to find when I mix it in, it's a song that I just recently played.
Hey!
That was the most,
What is your face like that time? Because you look like you remember the moment.
Yeah, I remember the moment. I remember, like there's few of them. Of those moments. Sometimes it's touching cue by mistake. Sometimes it's pushing the slider, the cue, the pitch slider,
Oh, that happens.
It happens sometimes, you do an effect and your shirt maybe catches on the slider. Now it sounds like, the Durban July, but, it's
Touch wood, don't jinx ourselves for this weekend. True. Okay, so you guys are not superstitious because no one touch wood. I want to keep it close out you guys this weekend. Where did that happen, Don?
It was actually live on TV.
Are you serious?
On the hit refresh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at George like, yeah.
He was there,
right?
Yeah, so there's witnesses.
That's crazy. How long ago was that? And you still remember that?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
The last season. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too. Yeah.
It's recorded. It's live. Someone saw that and will repeat it.
Yeah, true. Wild man. All right, back to you, School. One song I've been listening to for over 10 years consistently.
It's probably Bright Star, Martin Stimming. I think that's one song that's I always go back to it. I love that song. Like, just as the guy's just how can you say he's a savant. He's just, everything is just the way it is supposed to be. For me, at least, I think that song definitely,
Enough said, man. All right. Don, what would you do? Would you leave your USB sticks behind with us or do a TikTok dance challenge?
Where are my sticks?
Are you serious?
I ain't dancing in front of the camera.
Would you do the same, School?
Yeah, same. I'm not dancing.
I can imagine, man. Okay, back to you, Don. Okay, it gets simple now. Fashion or cars?
It's easy. Cars, bro.
Serious? All right. Did I say Don was cool?
Sit down.
I said Don. Oh, for you it's cars.
Yeah, simple.
No? Into motorsports.
Sorry?
Are you into motorsports or is just you just like nice cars?
I like nice cars, but I'm into, the life of F1.
Nice. All right. And school?
It's a tough one, but cars, I think, also.
Cars.
I love cars. Yeah.
If I was to
give me cars any day. Yeah.
If I was to take a guess, you are the Beamer and you are the Mercedes. No, Mercedes.
I guess
Mercedes.
Yeah, I think we share the love for Mercedes. Yeah.
All right, dope. No, I saw one outside. I'm not gonna say whose it is. All right, and back to Don. What takes precedence, bass or keys? Bass, no?
Well,
A tricky one.
yeah, it's actually tricky. It depends. Bass is very important.
Yeah.
It's very important. But I love keys. I love melody. Bass is easy. Keys, you playing around with five, you don't know what you're doing. But if you do it right, it's the most beautiful thing. So I'd say keys. Yeah,
Keys. And then school?
Yeah, I love both equally. So I'd say bass, just
Bass.
to balance
For
things
the
out.
vibe. Yeah. I can see you there in Ibiza. I think the bass does more work than anything.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, dope, man. A lot of us that subscribe to this podcast are South Africans, and we aspire to go abroad.
Yeah.
Like you guys do on a day, weekly, monthly, whatever basis. From your experience, what is the difference like, a comparison between the South African AfroTech or Afro house market and the market abroad?
There isn't really much difference to say. All I can say is that South Africa is probably leading in that.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. In terms of producers, in terms of DJs, I think there is no other country where there are so many and so many talented DJs and so many in the genre. When you go outside of South Africa, you get a lot of DJs, but from different countries playing different types of music. It's not just AfroTech, but I think mainly South Africa exports AfroTech DJs and Amapiano DJs and producers. I think those are our biggest exports right now. So the difference is that I think when we go and play, we play something that they, I think, identify as ours. I think they identify as they playing, something that comes from their country, because I think AfroTech, I don't know if you'd be pompous to claim it as South Africans. Of course, there's so many producers outside of South Africa that make the same genre, but I think we are the first country to fuse these two elements, because like you said, in the past it was just like Afro-Latin, you'd get samba, you'd get deep house music, you'd get techno, you'd get melodic, Afrobeat separately, and I think South Africa was able to combine all these elements and just make it one genre, that is AfroTech. So I think when we play abroad, we play as almost ambassadors of the genre. Yeah,
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Don, moving forward, what would you like to see happen in the scene, in the South African specifically scene? Because that's what this podcast was formulated about. We saw what was happening abroad, and we're just trying to bring that flavor into here, bring that ethic, bring that experience, bring that culture this side. What would you say to a person like me and a lot of others that are aspiring to do that?
In the space of producer DJ, I wouldn't say there's much in the South African space in terms of the way we produce and the way we DJ. For me, the hardest crowd to perform for is South Africa, because everyone is a DJ. Everyone knows how to DJ. Everyone knows their music back to front. So you skip a beat, wonke umuntu uyaqalaza, you put uyahlangana ama-kick and then like, okay, hayi siqhubeka nobusuku. Over there, overseas, you skip a beat, shy hash. It's not about
Really?
hash. It's about your selection of music, how you curate your music. So production-wise, I think we are there, and DJ-wise, I think maybe the pressure. I'll throw it back to the people who host the events, the organizers, and not to say they're not doing much. They're doing beautiful work. There's some amazing events, big and small. But when you look at how perfect these people are, machines overseas, the way they curate and put together the events. So I think that's where we can close that gap to how you put together events, how your artists are handled or treated, how your people are treated, how your events start, how it ends. There's a lot, the security, there's a lot around it, and it just needs tweaking. It's there, we just need to finesse it.
Yeah,
got you.
Having said that, it's just like South Africa has one of the most amazing party spirits, I think the vibes that we get from this place you can't compare them to anywhere else. I think it's a pure South African feel. South African crowd is a South African crowd, and if they all combined, for a specific genre of music, and like, for example, in Tip in the City and all of these other Kunye and all of these other great events that are around, you can really enjoy yourself, and it's an amazing, and it's a unique experience. It's just like Don is saying, it's just like the question was posed to say, how can we improve and what's the difference, not to say that it's better to play abroad or to shut down. No, it's just to say that, okay, since there is something that you're asking, how can we improve? And also, even abroad, there's things that maybe they can improve, but in South Africa, definitely it's just the background stuff, just the taking the craft seriously. Maybe that, just a little bit of a notch, and we're there. We're there.
Fire, man. Hey, man, it's been a pleasure for me to host you guys, and whoever's watching, I'm sure it was a pleasure to hear from you guys, this other side of Lemon and Herb that's not a lot of people get to hear. In closing, it's a tough industry, especially for people who aspire for this genre currently in the climate that we're in right now. It's getting, I'm not gonna lie, I love where it's going. It's really growing. But what words of motivation do you guys have for people to persevere?
You take
just general people general life, or just producers?
Just basically, it's this podcast is mainly producers, DJs, and lovers of the genre, but producers and DJs.
It's a very tough one for me, because I'm a conundrum in myself and the things that I believe in, and some of the things that I'm searching in myself. But I'll tell you something that I truly believe is a game changer for me, and I think for us as a group, this is what we've always done. Is that you got to understand that this genre, or in anything in the arts especially, isn't something that you climb or get to the top of in a meritocracy. So it doesn't mean that being the best producer is going to make you the best producer. Being the best DJ is going to make you the best DJ. I don't know if you're getting me, but I'm just saying, like,
it's not like football.
It's not like there is no measure. There is measure. We know
much
who
more complex than
someone
that,
is better than who, but like how you get people involved and attached to and loving you as a craft is something that is beyond those two things. The talent won't take you there. I know a lot of DJs who are more talented than I am, but they haven't stepped outside of South Africa. They haven't maybe, DJ'd at some of the clubs that and it's not a matter of like they're not as good as I am. So this is what, for me, I think for any DJ that is out there or anything in life and generally, you have to kind of see the end result, and the end result is not how can I say it's something that you're going to have to manifest. You know what I'm saying? If you can't see it, then it will never happen. You know what I'm saying? You have to literally see yourself in the stage and name the stages. Like, okay, I want to play Tulum, I want to play Burning Man, I want to play Coachella. Name these things so that this things starts to become a something that you're pointing towards. Because to say I want to be a DJ, okay,
doesn't really say much.
I can give you decks. You are a DJ, but you gotta say, okay, I want to be a DJ, but be specific. I want to, in the next 5 years, be at this stage. I want to be playing Coachella. I want to have made 5 albums. I want to have made 1 Grammy nomination. See it first. And then that will kind of put the right people around you, the right energies, the right resources, and it will start to sort itself out, and you start building yourself towards somewhere. But don't have just a general statement, I just want to be a DJ. Have a real bar, a marker, just say, and things will then change after that,
All right, man. Don, are you going to echo, or do you have something you'd like to say?
Nah, as you said, fully agree. It's all about, visualizing where you want to be. If you can see the end goal, then you can plan how to get there. Then you can make an attempt. But if you don't know where you're going, then you have no direction. And with everything in life, I think that's the general purpose of why are we alive, why we do what we do every day. Because you have an end goal, there's a plan to have this and that, the beautiful car, the beautiful clothing, and the mission to how to get there is now the mission. So musically, for us, that's been our goal. I think if the guys can adjust to that, to have that awareness, then it will, start their path in the music career.
Yeah. Oh man, wonderful, man. What a privilege and an honor to host you guys. Thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate you. I'm sure you've heard it, but I don't think you understand it now. You're probably numb to it. Please keep going, keep inspiring, and keep breaking boundaries. And we hope one day to have you. I hope personally to redo all of this in a different country.
Definitely. I see it happening. That is the manifesto. That's the manifesto that we're talking about. We do this in a different country, and I see it happening, and it has to happen. And thank you for the invite, and thank you for your time.
A massive shout out, man. It's Lemon and Herb. Of course, they're at AJ's house. Do follow the gents. Subscribe and listen to the mix again, because, what else are you going to do right now that's better than that? Massive shout out, AJ's house.